Yo, what's up, everybody? Let me go ahead and get into the booth. Here we go. Okay, here we go. How's everybody doing today? Yes, I am gonna do my late reactions. Again, last night I never promised that I was going to do this live, but anyway, let's go ahead and cut to the chase. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the windowed view. So here we go. And yes, I am going to keep the sound muted because you know Nintendo and YouTube. Anyway, first up. Yep, we know Nintendo Direct, yada yada yada. Okay, as we can see here, we have Mario and Luigi Brotherhood, basically, is what this is. But as y'all can see here, yeah, you got bees chasing Luigi, yada yada yada. This is just basically what you would call your typical Mario and Luigi type game. Yep, as you can see there, it says Mario and Luigi. Reminds me basically a little bit of what they did with Dream Team. Would I pick this up though? If there's enough demand for me to play it, probably. Yep, that's a new move. Yep, you had a little bit of what looked like Luigi going into sleep mode. From what I'm telling, or from what I'm seeing here, it looks like Bowser may be the main bad here. Hopefully I'm wrong. But again, there you go. Mario and Luigi Brothership. November 7th, 2024. Let me come back to the booth now so that we can discuss this again. Let me go ahead and pop up the chat on my phone so I can see it better too, so I don't have to switch windows. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Now let me see what Blue's saying. Yep, I watched it offline, Blue, for a little bit, for the fact that, again, as I was telling Stein those on Discord, I was not expecting anything. Wasn't expecting anything huge. But I'll get into my overall thoughts at the end. Anyway, let's get ready to move over now. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I do know one thing I need to fix as far as the webcam goes. So again, apologize for that. Let me go ahead and address that real quick. Yep, it is on the left side that I need to readjust the webcam. Again, apologies. I should have done this earlier. Okay, I need to crop the left a little bit more, so Okay, not done yet. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. And now let me put the screen back down here and let's move on to the next thing. Yep, as you can see here, they're actually showing off more of the gameplay here for Mario and Luigi Brothership. And of course, as you can see here, they're talking about more of the Nintendo World Championships NES edition here. For those who are wondering whether I care about these types of games, I mean, this would be something that if I were to pick it up, it would be if there was nothing. If there was nothing else for me to play on the Switch, but yeah, I've actually got other things that we can do, if you know what I mean. And we'll get into that after all of this. But as far as this goes, I can definitely just say it's not something that I would be that invested in. I'm pretty sure there's a few people within my community circle who would probably agree with me on this. Yeah, I know it comes out on my birthday, but yeah, I can definitely forget about this. As I come back to the booth, I am gonna turn around and say that even though this looks good, looking good and playing good are basically two different things in my point of view, if you know what I mean. Yo, what's up there, Light Blue? How you doing? Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything important here. I know one thing that I could adjust. And I should have done this earlier on the booth view as well. Silly me. Again, it's been a while since I've did this, so you'll have to. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I should turn that on too. So that this looks more like a news update, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue here. Switching over back to full view. Of course, as you can see here, we're getting another Dragon Quest type game. It's Fairy Tales 2. Yeah, yada yada yada. If you're into these types of games, good for you. But for me, it's like you've played one of these, you've played them all. Again, available this winter. Yeah, hang on one 1 second. And it looks like there's Michael with the 29 months. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. And yeah, as you can see here, this is another, I'll just say it's as a Final Fantasy type of game because, again, it's from the same creator. I am going to say one thing about this at the end of this reaction stream, by the way, too, guys. Again, like I said, I never promised this to be live, but and then there was a reason for that too, so that we wouldn't, so that I could actually pause and talk about these individually and not feel like I'm being rushed, if you know what I mean. Again, available holiday 2024. If you're into these types of games, good for you. Yeah, of course, another Nintendo Switch Sports update. I quit playing Nintendo Switch Sports a long time ago. I can definitely tell you right now, if you're into this game, good for you. But again, they're still skimping out on baseball. I can understand them bringing basketball in too, but yeah, they should have had baseball for this as well. But then again, knowing Nintendo, the way they've screwed up the Nintendo Sports Series, as I call it, it's probably best that they don't bring baseball so that we can just basically let this die, if you know what I mean. And also another thing too, I mean, sure, it's a free update, good for them on that too. Anyway, as you can see here, moving on. Oh, yes, for this right here, I'm not exactly sure what to. I'm not sure exactly what to say about this particular game, other than it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Celeste, Hollow Knight, things like that. So this could be. I mean, yeah, this could be kind of interesting. Of course, you got Disney Illusion Island. And again, it's a free update available later today, which is already out now. Cause yeah. And then who really cares about Hello Kitty Island? Who really cares about Hello Kitty here? At least on my end. I mean, if again you care about Hello Kitty, good for you. But I am going to make sure y'all can hear me good while we're talking about this. And it looks like we're good. And then, of course, you got Looney Tunes Wacky Sports or whatever it's called here. Yep, Looney Tunes. And then, of course, you got your Among Us update, which was already leaked out and then taken back a few days ago. So we already knew this was coming. I'm actually glad that I didn't find it online to talk about it beforehand because, yeah. And then, of course, raising your own monster army. The Underworld, just basically another Underworld type of game. Yeah, I'm probably going to butcher the name, so I'm just going to say, I guess it's Pharmagaia or Pharmaca. Again, I was trying to pronounce it, but I probably did it wrong anyway. But yeah, just basically raising your own monsters and stuff here to take with you into battles and stuff. As you saw there, we got like wolves and foxes and stuff. I'm guessing here. Yep, there's a dragon. Again, it's a November 1st, 2024 game. Okay, before we get into this, guys, let me bring my webcam back. And let me just say, I was not, before we show this off, guys, I was not expecting them to bring back Donkey Kong Country Returns to the Nintendo Switch. I was just going to play Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze again just for the fact that it's been a while since I played it, but we all know that with this coming out for the Nintendo Switch now in January 2025, that will probably be my very last OG Nintendo Switch game. Just to let you all know ahead of time. And with that, that'll also be, other than Donkey Kong 64, us having the completed Donkey Kong Country trilogy all on the Nintendo Switch now. Again, I'm glad, and again, I don't care if they are bringing in the 3DS exclusive levels or not, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into what they're showing off now. So here we go. Yep, as you can see here, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Of course, you got your Donkey Kong and your Diddy Kong. And also, I am going to say that in celebration of this game actually coming to the Nintendo Switch, that I will probably be doing more of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze today, too. I know I did it yesterday, but who cares? Yep, 80 levels available. Okay, yep, as you can see right here, available January 16th, 2025. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. And again, don't worry, guys, I will be getting this and streaming it on the channel too. So, anyway, moving on. make sure we're not missing anything within this update. Let me see here.
Plenty of wild actions and antics are in store with these Kongs. Next, please take a look at this.
With this right here, I don't know what to think other than that this just reminds me more of what's the yep, anyway, here we go. This is the Dragon Quest I was thinking of. But yep, as you can see here, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are basically being remastered here, as you can see. Ooh. Yep, HD 2D resolution. Ooh. But anyway, there we go. November 14th, 2024. But yep, as you can see here, both Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. Okay, this I'm going to skip out on. If you're into Funko Pops or whatever they're called in Funko games, this will be for you. As far as for me, I can definitely say it's not going to be, this is not going to be my type of game. Yep, like I said, I couldn't care less about that. I would definitely have to agree with AJ on that particular one right there. No. Okay, anyway, guys, as for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, I'm going to come back to the booth for a moment. And on that, I am going to say, just let me know if y'all really want to see me play Luigi's Mansion 2 again on the on our channel. I'd have to get Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, but I'm probably going to wait until at least closer to October before I get this game. Only for the simple fact that I've got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze restarted. I've still got Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Switch make, as I call it, to a finish. And I've still got Hollow Knight that I need to continue as well. And then I've also restarted New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. So that's 4 different games that I've got going right now that we need to finish up. So that will definitely help carry us for a little bit, by the way, until at least September. Anyway, let's continue on. Here we go. Again, as you can see here, just another trailer before the game comes out on the 27th. I couldn't care less about talking about this game, but as you can see here, it just reminds me more of what they would have done with Miitopia or whatever it's called. Also kind of reminds me a little bit of Animal Crossing in a way too. Then of course you got your Metal Slugs. If you enjoy the Metal Slug series, here you go. Again, there you go. Metal Slug Attack Reloaded, and it's already out. It's already out today, by the way. Darkest Dungeon 2. I didn't really care enough to even talk about the first game. This one. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't care less on this one either. Okay, here we go. Okay, now, I am going to say, too, that with Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past / Four Swords, we can actually play this game together if you guys actually have the Game Boy Advance Nintendo Switch online service. Would I play it today? Probably not. If I were to do it, I would probably try to do it starting tomorrow if I decide to start something new. Anyway, moving on. Just basically showing it off a little bit. Of course, you got your A Link to the Past here. There's the Four Swords part of it now. But also going back a little bit. Oh my gosh, pause. As you can see here, I would have to have at least 2 or 3 people to join me. So again, you guys would have to have this as well. And then, of course, you got your Metroid Zero mission. I think this was the one that I've This is probably the only Metroid that I remember actually beating. Again, I couldn't care less about Toric, or how you say it, Dinosaur Hunter. Then of course you'll have your perfect dark, your perfect dark. After this one is shown, I'll bring my webcam back and I'll talk about the expansion pass. Okay, right here. Okay, as you can see here, guys, these are already available now on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack service. So, yeah, out of these two, the only ones that I would probably be interested in even playing would be A Link to the Past / Four Swords of People, and then of course the Metroid game. Anyway, moving on now. Okay, this right here. Yeah, this right here is definitely another one of those Bravely Default type games. That's what I was thinking of. But it is available 2025. Okay, now for Capcom, I was right about something Capcom related coming, but I was wrong about what Capcom was going to do, so I'll give Capcom that. As you can see here, Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. As you can see, you got your X-Men. You got your X-Men versus Street Fighter. But yeah, this is definitely something that would be very promising if you're into these types of games. It says available 2024. Moving on. Now, this, I am gonna say, if Schnei is here, why was I right about there being another Mario Party? Let's just say that, guys. They just wanted to update Dark Moon again there, Blue, is all that was. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, that's another thing that I need to check later as well, is if it's exclusive to Drift cons again, or if it's Pro Controller supported. If it's Pro Controller supported, I will get the game. It's been a while since we had a new Mario Party. Hmm. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure there's not anything. Here are the boards, and then returning ones from Mario Party and Mario Party 2. Man, I do see them using Joy-Cons here. I'm still waiting to see if they're, if I was remembering correctly, I was waiting to see if there was Pro Controller support too. Hang on, let me go back. I'll probably have to look this part up online because I don't know if they're using, if they're giving Pro Controller support or not. Okay, before we move on, let me see if there's Pro Controller support for that game. Let me see here. Going to, where is it? Give me just a second, guys. Okay, let me figure out how to filter this on the phone. Okay, they did post Mario Party, the new Mario Party on here. But from what I'm seeing, it's only Joy-Con supported, so yeah, I'm going to be skipping out on this one. Anyway, moving on, let's continue. Okay, now before we get into this next announcement, I am going to say too, for this specific game, everybody has been wanting a certain character to be playable other than Link. So everybody has pretty much gotten their wish here, but hopefully they didn't. Hopefully Nintendo doesn't ruin it before release date. Anyway, let's continue with this. Here we go. Again, I'll get back to the Mario Party part here in a second, Blue. But anyway, as far as this Zelda game goes, this does indeed remind me of the Link's Awakening style game that they did. Yeah, the graphics and everything do look like what they did with the Link's Awakening remake for the Nintendo Switch here, as you can see. But yeah, Zelda without a sword definitely something to, let's just say it looks very interesting. And of course, as you see here, we got A. John Newman talking. Let's skip him and get into the footage. Dang it, never mind. Okay, here we go. Stolen away, as you can see here. And as you can see here, Zelda's new companion, basically. I mean, the idea of the echoes is definitely, I wouldn't call it bad, but I probably wouldn't call it majorly good either. But I don't want to go off first impressions either. So I am going to say about this, it does look very promising, though. Now, this right here, where you can actually gain new abilities and make your own make enemies your partners and stuff in this, is very, very promising indeed. But the fact that it looks like Zelda is not doing much is also another, can feel questionable too, if you know what I mean. But then again, the main premise of this game is using the echoes and stuff. And then again, there's the Deku Tree. What I'm more surprised about, though, I'll talk about that when I bring my webcam back. Okay, let's bring my webcam back as we're talking about this. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom coming September 26th, 2024. I can definitely say, guys, I will definitely be picking this up before Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, if I even get Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. That will probably be one of my last 2024 games for the Nintendo Switch. Hey, we don't know yet there, Blue. There's still a chance that we could get Conker's Bad Fur Day, and then there's also a chance for Donkey Kong 64. Because again, remember, we did get uh Donkey Kong Country Returns HD for the Nintendo Switch coming at the beginning of next year on the 16th. So yeah. But again, just looking back at this art right here, this is pretty much going to be the box art and stuff too, from what I'm guessing. But I can also definitely say too that this game is not, it's not bad looking, but it's, let's just say it's promising. Anyway, let's go ahead and transition over and move on. Oh, and also before I move on, let me go back to the Nintendo's press website again and look at something. I will probably have to get on the Nintendo Switch in the eShop and look and see if they'll show the supported controllers, because they're not showing any supported controllers on the press website right now. Yeah, but again, the art for this game does look very promising for the Legends for the new Zelda game, though. Anyway, here we go. Couldn't care less about the new Nintendo Switch Lite model because, yeah. Again, Just Dance 2025 edition's next. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 more things to talk about before we get to the end here. But again, I couldn't care less about Just Dance. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people here who feel the exact same way I do. Yada yada yada. Couldn't care less about Just Dance. Let's go ahead and skip to the next thing here. As you can see here, you got Lego Horizon Adventures. If you enjoy anything Lego related, you will definitely want this. Again, you've also got here, you've got Stray, the cat game that pretty much been on like PlayStation. Again, correct me if I'm wrong when saying this, but I know it's been on PlayStation systems. You've had it on Xbox maybe, and you've maybe had this on PC. But yeah, couldn't care less about this. And then, of course, you got Tales of the Shore, or Tales of Shine, or whatever it's called here. It's basically a Lord of the Rings game. Available holiday 2024. Moving on. Objection, guys. We got a new set of Ace Attorney Investigations games. I could watch people play these games all day. As far as me, if I ever played them, I would want to start with the very first Ace Attorney game if I ever played these games on the channel. Even then, there's also two versions of this. You got your Pixel and your HD version. But I am going to say that if you've ever played any of the Ace Attorney games, it's just basically more of the same. But it is available September 6th, 2024, so I'll give Capcom that. The 100 line, Last Defense Academy, I couldn't care less about this. But it is an early 2025 game for those who are interested. Again, next we have Romancing Revenge of the Seven. Again, another one of those Persona type games. And then, of course, Nintendo ends out with Metroid Prime 4, again, coming out next year. Again, if y'all saw it, again, it says Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Nintendo Switch. And then, of course, as you can see here, going off 2025. And then again, that is also as you can see here, that is where they will end out this Nintendo Direct. 9 months in the making. Let's go ahead and get back to the booth now, so I can give my overall final thoughts and stuff. So I can say the following. Out of the announcements that we had today, I could see myself getting the Donkey Kong Country Returns remake for the Nintendo Switch. And I can definitely see myself doing the new Zelda game. And those would probably be the last 3 games on the Nintendo Switch era, for the OG Nintendo Switch, mind you guys, that I would be getting. As far as my overall thoughts on this Nintendo Direct, it wasn't an A, but it also wasn't an F. So for my overall grade for this Nintendo Direct, sure, we didn't have Wind Waker and or Twilight Princess, so we can figure that as not being a part of the greater. Yep, sorry about that, guys. Now let me try this again since my OBS decided to restart on me. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Give me just a second. And yo, what's up there, Steven? Okay. Okay, now let's try this again. My overall grade for this, in case y'all missed it before, I gave this Nintendo Direct a letter grade of a C. So, and again, just to re-summarize what I was talking about for the games that I'm gonna get, it's gonna be, I am gonna potentially get the new Mario Luigi game. I've already mentioned earlier in the stream that I was going to also get Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, maybe. Of course, the new Zelda, and then, of course, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD will be the last Nintendo Switch game that I get for the OG Nintendo Switch. Again, sorry for the recap there, guys, but that was just in case the OBS, just in case y'all missed it because of the OBS. So yeah, there is that. I will continue Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for today as well. I'm going to see what y'all's thoughts are real quick. So, what are y'all's impressions of the of this Nintendo Direct? If you're still here, I will start from the top and go with blue, and then go to light blue. AJ's already given me his thoughts, so I can skip him. And then, of course, there's Bridget. Ooh, I just want to make sure I'm not missing y'all's thoughts before we call this. And while I'm waiting on y'all's thoughts, let me pop up Nintendo's press website on PC and see if it'll give me more information than it did on my phone. Okay. Nope, not showing me any controllers there. Looks like I'm gonna have to get on the Nintendo Switch then and look it up. Yeah, they did look great, Bridget. Give me 1 second though. Again, guys, I'm not going to do Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze in this particular stream, but I do want to pop up my Nintendo Switch on my TV, whether I show it on screen or not, and see if the new Mario Party game has Pro Controller support. If not, then that'll be a definite no for me. Let's look this up together. Wow, really? Hang on 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. There we go. Sorry about that. Had to fix the green screen for a moment on this end. Okay, let me put the BRB screen on for this because I don't want y'all seeing my my password or anything for this. It won't take me but just a second. Okay, now let's see here. You go to coming soon. Let me see here. But I know how we can find it. Hang on. Search/browse. Are you serious? They don't have it popped up yet? Oh, come on, Nintendo. Get with it. Get on the ball. Hmm. Okay, here we go. Let's see here next. Ooh. And let me look at Luigi's Mansion 2 HD because I didn't even know if it was. Let's see here. Yep, Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. At least that's one thing that that Luigi's Mansion 2 HD has going for it. That it's Pro Controller supported. Let me make sure that we're not missing anything else. Okay, Mario. I need to look for Mario and Luigi Brothership next. So I'm gonna do Mario and Mario and Luigi. I mean, there's Arcade Archives Wrecking Crew. Okay, last but not least, I need to look up Donkey Kong. Let's see here. Already got tropical freeze. Okay, yep, they don't have any of the new content on the eShop under coming soon or anything yet. Yep, even changing the filters doesn't show anything. Okay, guys, so with that being said, I think there might be one last thing we can check real quick. I'm pretty sure Nintendo may have one final direct for this year, guys. This one right here, though, may have been the last Nintendo Switch only focused direct, though. Phew. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it here now, guys. I'm not going to have a raid on this because I want to get set up for our next stream for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze instead of changing images. Or actually, no, we'll change images, but it's going to take me a bit to set it up, though, guys. So here we go. So here we go, guys. Let me transition over now.